Hello and welcome to today's episode of Today in Quarantine. It is Sabbath, June 13th, and it is, um, episode 84. So here we are on week 12. That's wild. Week 12. We've done 12 weeks of Today in Quarantine, which is really crazy to me. It's just mind-boggling, really. We've officially been in this for about 3 months. Which, yeah, actually, that's just about right because this is about when we started. Yeah, it's just crazy to imagine that we've been here for this long and that things are going the way that they're going. Um, there's a lot happening in the world today, and it's just interesting. Um, the way I guess things develop and the way that the world is, and just yeah, I don't know. Sabbath is supposed to be a day of rest, and the world hasn't rested in a while. I was just thinking that the other day that, like you hear all the ways that you think that the world is going to end, and you hear all the things in like Sabbath school and when you're growing up, and you kind of hear about the end of the world and how everything's gonna end up, but you don't. You have like this one image of my head, like I always imagined, because my church was all about like go move to the country, there will be persecution. So I always imagine like dark clouds and like fire and brimstone and like things falling out of the sky, and we're like running away in the mountains somewhere. And that's kind of how you imagine the world ending. That's how I imagine the world ending. I don't know about you. But now it's like, maybe this is what the world is going to look like when it ends. That's crazy. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on these days. Anyway, today's episode is going to be a little bit shorter because I have to dash again to another drive-in. These drive-in services here in Lincoln, they're getting a little bit like, not wild, but they're just getting very frequent. Yeah, it's been happening. This is like the third drive-in that I've participated in, and the fourth one that I've just been at. I've only actually been a non-participant in one. So yeah, in the past 4 weeks. So it's just kind of like going crazy out here, which I guess is what I normally do on a normal basis. I'm normally like all over Lincoln playing guitar and stuff like that. And then I was even thinking about if I was at camp, my fingers would be like constantly. I'm constantly playing guitar at camp, whether it's for worship or teaching a music class or something like that. So it was like, I guess this is just the new normal, just figuring out where to lend my services and try and be a blessing. So it's a very weird time to be alive, where we're constantly going to drive-ins and doing all sorts of different things to try and maintain church. Actually, here in Lincoln, several of the churches here are reopening, starting on the 20th, so next week's Sabbath. And they're going to be reopening with restrictions, of course. Essentially, at CBC, it's going to be mostly like a, there's every family has to sit a bench apart. And I imagine since CBC's kind of have long benches, that one family's going to sit on one side and the other is going to sit on another side of the bench. There's not going to be an offering plate that's being passed around because, you're touching everything. So people are going to still give online. There's not going to be any congregational singing, as singing has gotten a bad rep in the past couple months because it's been spread. The coronavirus has been spread, so there's not that. And yeah, there's no Sabbath school quite yet. And of course, it's just like the first stage of reopening. But it's still very, I don't know. I remember saying at the beginning of this, it'll be interesting to see how many people come back after this is all done. How many people still continue to go to church after they don't have to for 3 months. Like, what is that going to be like? And I don't know. I don't think I'll be going to the reopening of church, not because I'm not a fan of church or something like that. I'm just, it's going to be like room for 70 families. I'm one person, and so it kind of just feels selfish of me to go by myself, which is what I do. I usually just go by myself to church. So it seems kind of selfish of me to sit in one place by myself when there could have been another family that's sitting there. So I guess we'll see how it goes, and later on I'll join in maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Also, my personal favorite part of like church is the congregational singing. So I'm gonna miss that. So I'm not really excited for it, I guess. I don't know. What are your church's plans of reopening? I know my mom's church has already been open for a couple weeks. It's a smaller church, but it's still legitimate. Yeah. Anybody else have any church opening ideas of what's going on in the next couple of weeks? Anything? Anybody? Well, today is a hot one here in Lincoln, Nebraska. It is, I think it's like 90 something degrees outside. So we're looking forward to that and singing. Got my water bottle ready to go and ready to sing. But yeah, it's probably hot and humid out there. I haven't actually been outside yet because I've just been trying to stay cool in my house until I have to be outside. But I was actually going to go for a bike ride this morning, but I woke up late and I had to prepare for Bible study, which didn't actually happen. So it was, yay, there's a lot going on. Anyway, so it's the moment you've been waiting for. I think I've missed the past couple Sabbaths, so we haven't had the Christian dad jokes for a while, but don't worry, it's back. All right. Christian dad jokes of today's episode. Alrighty. What was Noah's favorite fruit? Pears. Get it? Because pears, there's two of them. Then you get 2 by 2 on the ark. Oh man. Speaking of Noah, why didn't Noah do much fishing when he was on the ark? It's because he only had 2 worms. Oh. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh man. This website didn't have a ton of them. That's unfortunate. Let's find some more. Let's see. Oh, some really good Christian pickup lines. If you're looking to find that special someone somewhere using some pickup lines, I've got some for you. Let's see. Oh, and while this is loading, there's some people who have responded. My mom says there are about 40 people at her church today. Wow, that's a lot of people. Andrew says some churches in the area have reopened. The church I attend has not opened since there would be major restrictions. Yeah, I feel that. And my mom said that they sang. Good singing. I'm glad to hear that. That's one of the things I'm scared about with the post-coronavirus business is what will happen to singing in choirs. All right, a couple more jokes, then I gotta hit the road. Let's see. Why couldn't Jonah trust the ocean? Because he knew there was something fishy about it. Oh boy. Why didn't they play cards on Noah's Ark? There's a lot of Noah jokes today. Because Noah was standing on the deck. Oh boy. there was a race that was held in the Bible, and Adam, of course, was first because he was first in the human race. But actually, Lazarus came fourth. All right, and finally, I leave you with a great comedian joke. Who was the greatest comedian in the Bible? Well, it was Samson because he brought the house down. Ah, boy. Well, thank you guys for joining me today on Today in Quarantine. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, and I hope to see you tomorrow in quarantine for another episode of Today in Quarantine. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you later.